everyone, so today Ivy and I are going to be working on some hump whistle exercises. We have done some work on this before and there is a video uploaded a good few months ago on kind of the early stages of hump whistle. But today we are going to be working on introducing a new factor, which is something we've not done before. So you'll see us learning it from scratch, both her and me. And what we're looking to teach her is to get her nose down in a particular direction. So hunt towards her left or hunt towards her right. So we'll give it a go and see how we get on.
So to start the session, I'm just setting up an exercise which we have worked on previously with her hump whistle, just to check that she still understands what it means. So here you'll see I'm throwing a tennis ball out and she is watching it be thrown, so she knows there's something out there. I'm then going to heel her out to position and ask her to sit. I'm going to walk away and then I'm going to blow my hunt whistle. So what I'm doing here is, although she's marked it, by getting her to move and change location, she's losing her mark, and we've set this exercise up in an area with a nice bit of long grass so that she can't see the tennis ball, so she is going to have to use her nose and work to find it now. So now I'm at a distance, I blow that whistle and her nose goes straight down as I would expect. She hunts the area until she finds the item and then brings it back. So that worked perfectly and shows me that she still understands what the hunt whistle means, and so we are in a position that we can progress this on. So to start teaching her to search in a particular side, I'm going to sit her up and then I'm going to throw a tennis ball out which she sees into the long grass on her left side in this occasion. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to give her my body language cue accompanied with my hunt whistle. So the idea with this setup is that I am introducing a new cue, which is my body language cue. Now, this is something that is brand new in this session. We've never done it before. And so the idea of this setup is to make it successful. So she's going to see that cue, hear the hunt whistle, which she already knows means get her nose down. And because she knows that the ball is out towards her left, she's going to go in that direction. But with repetition of me using that new hand cue and her going out in that direction, it should hopefully start to develop that into a cue, which we can then use as we progress this on. So we repeated that exercise a handful of times on her left, and then we did the same on her right, but unfortunately I stopped videoing, so we don't have clips of the other side, but hopefully you get the idea because it is exactly the same just on her right. So now we're progressing on, and I have remembered to turn the video on, and you'll see that I've sat her up and I've thrown the tennis ball out so she's seen it, but this time I am twizzling her around so that she's going to lose that mark, and then I do my hand signal and blow my hunt whistle to get her hunting in that direction. So just making it slightly more difficult for her. She then finds the tennis ball and brings it back, and then we repeat the exact same exercise but on her right hand side. And then we repeated that exercise about 5 or 6 times, sending her out to either her left or her right side, and I changed my position a bit so I was a little bit further away, or sending her from a different spot just to help her start to generalise it a bit, all of which was successful. And so we then progressed it on to make sure that she was definitely responding to my body language cue and not just going to that side because that's where she wanted to go. So here you will see that I throw out 2 tennis balls, so one out towards the left and then one out towards the right. I then heel her out so that she's kind of halfway between both of those tennis balls, and also that means that she has lost those marks. I then walk back to my position and then give her the body language cue to go in the direction I want, along with the hunt whistle, and I was very pleased to see there that she went to her right side as I had asked, hunts around for it beautifully and then finds the item and brings it back. I then walk her back out to the middle and then I throw that tennis ball back out towards her right hand side. So she's marked that, but she's still got the memory out to her left. I then go back and I'm going to cast her down to hunt towards her left-hand side. So that's much harder because it's a memory. She's got a fresh mark on the other side, which she's likely to have more desire to go and get now. But she went out to the right side, hunted nicely for it and brought it back. So then we repeated that exercise a couple more times and then called it a day for the hunt whistle. And I was really pleased with that. We will just continue to work on progressing it on. So some development ideas for this would be to increase my distance from her when I'm giving her those cues. And I could also look at developing it into more of a blind so that she doesn't see the balls be placed out. She just has to go on my cue. But for me, with this being our first session, that would be too much to ask. I need to make sure those cues are a bit stronger before we look at introducing blinds to this setup. And then the idea is this is just another skill we have available in our toolkit if we need it when I'm handling her on retrieves. And then just to finish the session, out of curiosity more than anything, I decided to do one outcast retrieve. So I just wanted to make sure that I was clear in my mind that my cues were distinct enough and that she was really clear that outcast means run out in a straight line and the hunt whistle means get your nose down. And that showed me really nicely that she was clear on that distinction, and looking it back I'm happy that my body language cues are distinct enough that hopefully she won't get these confused in the future. And then that was the end of the session. So as always, I hope you enjoyed our video. If you have any tips or advice you want to share or any questions, please feel free to pop them in the comments below.